And we are back here at the Ragnarok Asia Masters 2022. We are your casters. My name is James.
My name is MG. Let's go.
And sorry about that. We promised that we are going to be taking a very, very quick short break, but we encountered a bit of a technical difficulty right there.
Yes.
But it has been addressed. It has been fixed to give you guys a better viewing experience. Of course, fortunately, the live stream just got cut a while ago, but a new live stream is now up. Make sure to share this to your friends, your guildmates,
Guildmates.
your pets, your friends, your other ahaf or
Ahaf.
whoever, or your family. Just share it to whoever you
Yes.
want. Of course, the more the merrier. The next
Definitely.
match is going to be between Adonis versus Walang Sangit Ka, or it is the other way around actually. Walang Sangit Ka is at the left side. Adonis is going to be at the right. Just make sure to cheer for your favorite team. The poll just got started a little bit earlier, but I believe another poll will be up in just a bit. And thank you all for just patiently waiting. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and we are now back as hello again. All right. So we are very sorry for the long wait, but we are back.
We're back.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
Okay. And GGG. And yeah, the song is from a town. All right.
Yes.
In Ragnarok. All right. And yeah, keep on sharing this stream to your friends. Again, the next match is going to be between Walang Sangit Ka versus Adonis. And yeah, this is going to be one exciting match. Like what I mentioned earlier, though, MG.
Yes.
Adonis is one of the teams from GGH who is not really utilizing a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
What we saw back in round number 1.
Yes.
So really excited to see how this team performs for round number 2. Again, round number 2 is a more high-stake battle because we only have 16 teams remaining in round number 2. Technically, right now, because 2 matches just got finished,
So that's gonna be -2.
14 teams,
14
minus 2
teams.
teams. So
Yes.
14 teams remain, or rather, only 12 teams are going to be competing in round number 2 because 2 teams already moved on to round number 3 and they are Obliviate and Rist, like what we saw in the live stream earlier before it got cut, unfortunately. But MG, are you excited to see what is going to unfold in this match number 3, GGH versus GGL, Adonis versus Walang Sangit Ka? And on the left side, it's going to be, of course, Walang Sangit Ka. On the right, it's going to be Adonis.
Well, definitely, I'm very excited because again, this is gonna be a GGH or a GGL versus a GGH guild. So it's gonna be a test of strategies and decision making between these two guilds. And of course, we have Adonis. They're actually one of our fight guilds when it comes to in the scene of GGH. And in the same time, on the side of Walang Sangit Ka, they actually performed well when it comes to their 7v7 first round match. And this is gonna be a really good matchup since you mentioned earlier that Adonis is not utilizing the suicidal destruction, and maybe they're gonna opt out again with a warlock. So
Well, let's see what is going to happen. As can you please explain to SMG what is the lineup right now of Walang Sangit Ka?
Yes.
What are they rocking right now?
yes, on the side of Walang Sangit Ka, definitely they have their like 5 core classes. You have the Archbishop, you have the Sura, you have the Minstrel, you have the Sorcerer, you have the Royal Guard, and the 2 wildcards that they're gonna pick is gonna be the Rune Knight and the Shadow Chaser.
And for you guys in the chat right now or tuning into the stream, make sure
Let's
to
go,
cheer for your
guys!
favorite team in the chat. Who do you think again will win in this third match for tonight? Is it going to be Walang Sangit
Sangit
Ka
ka!
or Adonis?
Adonis!
Let us know in the chat right now. And th- actually, Walang Sangit Ka is an insect, as I was told.
Oh, really?
If I'm not mistaken, Walang Sangit Ka is an insect from Indonesia.
Oh.
And it's like a rice bug or something like that of that sort. But if you are curious what that is, just make sure to search it
Search it.
in the internet.
Yeah,
Search it
yeah,
on the
yeah.
internet, alright?
I thought you're gonna explain as well what is Adonis. So
Well,
I
Adonis is a
think
team in GGH and
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's
is now competing in 7 versus 7.
yeah. There you
And
go.
you mentioned that Walang Sangika is utilizing those classes. For Adonis, they are utilizing a Warlock and a Shadow Chaser. So we are excited to see what is going to happen right here. And for Walang Sangit they need to probably check things out for a little bit because again, you said they are utilizing a Rune Knight and a Shadow Chaser. I believe they are going to play a little bit more aggressively because of their lineup. That Rune Knight can cause trouble again
Yes.
if Walang Sangit's Rune Knight is like
Like a pressure
can cause
maker.
like
Yeah.
it can cause debuffs against Adonis right here. But this is the third match for tonight, and the remaining two matches that we're going to have for tonight is going to be the GGH versus GGL.
Yes, and
Alright.
again, this is gonna be it. GGL versus GGH. Which team will prevail on this match? Are we gonna see as 2-0? Or are we gonna see a 1-1 score? So let's go ahead and check out on our first match. Walang Sangit Ka versus your Adonis or Adonis. There you go.
As Adonis and Walang Sangit actually spotted each other here. As Walang Sangit positioned themselves, they are waiting for Adonis to probably make a move right now in this side. Walang Sangit, their Sura is just waiting for a little bit right there. As the Shadow Chaser of Adonis is actually just scouting around and making sure they have enough space to create some moves here for their team. As Adonis just slowly but surely closing in on Walang Sangit right now. And same goes for Walang Sangit. Both Shadow Chasers are actually doing their own work, just scouting each other out, making sure where the positioning of their opponents are at. Adonis just trying to move it closer. Land Protector almost connecting. As you can see, Magnetic Earth is almost connected right now. But no attacks coming from both sides. They're just patiently waiting for each other to commit a mistake right here. As Magnetic Earth coming from Walang Sangit just getting closer against Adonis right here as that vacuums will get placed in the middle. They're both just waiting for the other team to make a mistake right here. Adonis just waiting for the opportunity to strike. Trap notes getting placed on the ground. While the Sura of Adonis just scouting along with that Shadow Chaser. And Walang Sangit just positioning themselves at the far back. Maybe recasting those buffs, probably to have the advantage in battle.
Yes.
As Adonis just waiting. Of course, there is a choke point right here, a very very tight choke point. Who else is going to cross that choke point again? Who will make this first move in the battle? Is it going to be Adonis? Is it going to be Walang Sangit ka?
Yes, I really like the patience that they're actually showing right now on both teams. Both teams doesn't want to commit any errors right now, and that's why, as you can see, they're trying to put those vacuums on that choke point because the moment one guild crosses that choke point, it's gonna be a big advantage whoever is on the other side. So let's go and see if Adonis or Walang Sangit Ka will cross paths on this choke point.
And whoever spots the mistake that the other opponent or their opponent does will actually take this battle. But Adonis will back out for a little bit right here as Walang Sangit Ka is still just there. I think Adonis is just waiting for Walang Sangit Ka to cross that choke point right there. Of course, they don't want to battle it out right there as Adonis is utilizing their lineup with a Warlock. So maybe because they don't have enough space to make things work. They are waiting for Walang Sakit Ka. Walang Sakit Ka closing in. Adonis, the spell will go off. That Shadow Chaser Ignorance against the Sorcerer right here.
Here we go.
As you can see, the Frozen. Adonis is frozen right now, but the Sorcerer of Adonis is still making it work. Walang Sakit Ka. Walang Sakit Ka is losing members one by one. That Sorcerer, Walang Sakit Ka will go down. 3 members left, 2 members left for Walang Sakit Ka. Royal Guard, Archbishop left.
Oh.
Royal Guard is the only one remaining as Adonis Ka just dancing around Walang Sakit Ka right now and finishing off that last member as Adonis will take round number 1.
Wow, that was a really a good anticipation coming from Adonis. The patient paid off there. They know for a fact that they are on an advantage on that high ground, and they just waited out. Walang Sakit Ka. The moment that they saw a 1 or 2 players charging into their stack, they immediately countered it, dispelled it, and punished those players immediately. And you saw that Shadow Chaser buying some time at the back lane, trying to do his thing, trying to delay everyone. And yeah, good job on the side of Adonis.
Yes, very good job on the side of Adonis as Walang Sakit Ka probably got baited out by Adonis. Again, Adonis just positioned themselves at the right choke point, just waiting for Walang Sakit Ka to make moves right there as they are waiting for Walang Sakit Ka to push in closer. That choke point is really going to be troublesome for Adonis right there because, again, they are playing with a Warlock in their lineup. And they want to utilize that White Imprison by their Warlock. And of course, the positioning of their Shadow Chaser needs to make work. As soon as the Land Protector connected, the Shadow Chaser of Adonis actually just went in, targeted the Sorcerer of Walang Sakit Ka right there. I saw that Masquerade Ignorance get casted on that Sorcerer. I don't know if it connected, if the chance was successful. But, Adonis just played a little bit really well there in that first round. Walang Sakit Ka needs to make a comeback right there. And probably play a little bit more patiently because they got baited by Adonis in that choke point.
Yes. I think everyone saw how patient and the calmness on the side of Adonis. They actually did a good decision making when it comes to their offense. They didn't overextend. We're not seeing any characters on their side overextending. The Sura was really patient. He's actually attacking within the periphery of the Royal Guard, and the same time on the Archbishop. So there is no risky play or no risky trade happened on the side of Adonis versus Walang Sakit Ka. On the side of Walang Sakit Ka, yes, you're correct, James. There is a bit of overextending. The aggressiveness were there. And again, Adonis is just so showing how the facing that they are actually dictating on that match is, controlling the entire match on that first round. So I really like how they try to slow down things. They try to bait it out.
Mm-hmm.
I think Walang Sakit Ka loses their patience. That's why they went in immediately. And again, that Shadow Chaser managed to buy some time on the side of Adonis. And I think there's kind of a small delay on the side of Walang Sakit Ka because of the Shadow Chaser. But then again, the pick off, slowly but surely, no risky play. It's actually a solid and smooth taking off from that position to conquer on the side of Walang Sakit Ka. Yeah.
Well, for Walang Sakit Ka, yeah, they just got beaten out by Adonis right there, that choke point. Again, Adonis was just waiting for them to push in. And as soon as they pushed in, Adonis just waited for the right opportunity. It's not because they lost patience, I think, in the first round. Maybe they had a play in mind, but they just failed to execute it because Adonis was just waiting for them right there.
Yeah.
So they probably made a misplay within the spot, but we are going to see that as we are going to watch the replays as maybe later on.
Maybe.
We are going to review our own clips to better analyze And I suggest, as competing teams or for enthusiasts, of course, of 7 versus 7, you can also check it out if you want to watch some nice Ragnarok gameplays. Check
Definitely.
out the matches, check out the replays, because you will learn a lot by just watching the replays of, the teams that are
The
playing.
teams.
You can get more information out of it, because again, from our side, we just say it as we see it. You can say, and we cannot really separate our eyes to spot everything.
It's really hard.
If we can split our eyes like lizards, maybe maybe
And
something can work. Maybe we can spot things a little bit
and
better.
and at the same time, James, you're gonna love the technicalities of the
Mhm.
skills that they've been casting. Why are they using the skills
Mhm.
to this character? You're gonna love how coordinated and organized the guilds are for our tournament. So definitely yes. If you really want to learn more about the third job classes, I think this is actually the perfect time to watch right on the matches. And right now
Mhm.
you have Adonis from DG and walang sangit ka from GL. Let's go.
Yes, Ars, you are going to switch sides right now. You are going to be spectating the Adonis side. Let's see how they actually prepare for the second round and this match, as well as Sangika still utilizing their same lineup with our Rune Knight and Shadow Chaser. Same for Adonis, still going for that Warlock and Shadow Chaser. Again, you just need to make sure that you have enough space to deal damage against your opponents. Again, that choke point will deal such huge wonders for that Rune Knight of Walang
Yeah.
Sangika. Maybe that's why Adonis believed that it's not really a safe spot to actually take a fight.
Yeah.
Because the more congested the area is, the better for that Rune Knight to work. And the less space for that Shadow Chaser to do anything. Because again, if the positioning is so tight, that Rune Knight can cause a lot of trouble with that Dragon Spread. Everyone will get hit.
Yes.
And same goes for that Warlock. Of course, you need those crazy vines to remove that magnetic earth.
Yep.
But if you can't do that, White Imprison can do wonders for you. But you need to make sure that no one is stepping in that land protector or that magnetic earth as soon as you cast that White Imprison. Because again, White Imprison is a locking skill. You can lock down a single member of your opponent. Maybe if you want to lock down yourself, if you're getting targeted by a lot of players, you are getting
Yeah, exactly.
baited by your team. So maybe White Imprison is the key to bait out your opponents, to catch you off guard, maybe try and eliminate you. But it's all part of the plan, probably. But yeah, round number 2 is going to be starting in just a bit. Who do you think will win this second round? Is it going to be Adonis from GGH or Walang Sangit Ka from GGL?
Yes.
Will the score be 2-0 or will it be 1 against 1? And we have some comments right here. Give some code, James. How can I give codes? All right, so maybe in future streams we can give away some codes. But right now, we are of course focused at the Ragnarok Asian Masters 2022 match number 3 here in day number 5 of this tournament, and this is round number 2 between these two teams. Walang Sangit Ka versus Adonis.
Adonis. Yes. So right now the question there is Adonis gonna play the same style on the first round? Because again, it was really successful, and I think on the side of Pulansangita, they are actually having a hard time on reading how to approach on the side of Adonis. And at the same time, Adonis was not super spread out, and all of their members are kind of aligned when it comes to positioning. So that's actually good. They're actually trying to prevent those solo pickups right away. So here we go.
Oh, quick push coming from Walang Sangit Ka. You can see Dragon Spirit landing right here. Land Protector is nowhere to be found on the side of Adonis.
Here we go.
As you can see, they are getting pummeled here by Walang Sangit Ka. They quickly just went in. That Warlock is trapped. But that Sura of
Still
Adonis
fighting.
is just trying to take down the members of
Here we
Walang Sangit Ka right now. Warlock is still alive, but
Oh.
will get taken down by the Gates of Hell. And Adonis is in trouble right now. Walang Sangit Ka just doing the work, just eliminating the members of Adonis one by one. It was a very, very quick push coming from Walang Sangit Ka to take down Adonis. And I believe they don't have any more members left up and running. And they will take this battle 1-1.
Wow. Actually, we're not expecting a rush play coming from on the side of Fulang Sangit. But again, the play that they did there, everyone is committed. Everyone is on in one page when it comes to doing damage, and it actually they actually managed to caught Adonis off guard on that push. So that was really unexpected on the side of Adonis. But then again, walang sangit ka. The confidence there, the trust and confidence of each and every member that they have pushing Adonis is really good, and they managed to tie up the score into 1-1.
A very, very quick push coming from Walasangka right there. Just caught Adonis off guard. And they made sure to take the second round victory against Adonis right there. And this is going to be one close battle. Best of 3 matchup. Is it going to be Adonis or Walang Sangit Ka, who will move on to the next round?
Yes. So again, I think right now Adonis is. I think they're gonna have like a small talk right now. They're gonna use their tech time right now, or their buy time right now, to figure out how to react properly on that rush play coming from Walang Sangit Ka. On the side of Walang Sangit Ka, I think the play was really good. Like, everyone on the side of Adonis was, I think, like having like a 1 or 2 seconds panic on that phase, but the sustain was really good on the side of that Warlock. He managed to sustain for a few seconds, but again, the comeback is kind of hard because again, they're on the side of Walang Sangit Ka, they're trying to pressure the backlane. The backlane is in trouble when it comes to sustaining their own HP versus on supporting as well on the other characters. But yeah, they recognize that. So Walang Sangit Ka is tying the score versus Adonis.
Yeah, well, you know what I actually think right there, MG? Yeah. I'm not sure if you noticed it, but the Shadow Chaser of Adonis just went a little bit too far. It overextended a little bit too far, as Walang Sangit Ka was completely rushing them. The Shadow Chaser of Adonis was just trying to catch up. So maybe because of that overextend for a little bit, Adonis just got a little bit too late. But, it can also give good information for Adonis because the Shadow Chaser of Adonis just hit a little bit too far. Walang Sangit Ka didn't spot the Shadow Chaser. But because of that, Walang Sangit Ka just took the opportunity to strike immediately.
Yes.
They just waited. They just waited for their opponents to push in.
Yeah.
So, without the Shadow Chaser on the lineup of Adonis, who is completely far away, as they got rushed, no debuffs at the right moment, got casted. Land Protector or Magnetic Curve of Adonis got casted a little bit too late.
Yeah.
And again, without a Land Protector on the floor, Bloody Lust, Diamond Dust, vacuums can get casted on you. So you need to make sure you have that Land Protector always up and ready if you are battling it out in a 7 vs 7 match. And I like how the aggression of Walang Sangit Ka did wonders for their team right there. Because, again, a very, very quick push, just trample on Adonis right there. Just a quick push, a quick follow-up damage coming from their team. And, because of that spot there in that map, where it is a little bit congested, that a Warlock got a little bit stuck there. Got trapped, I think, by that escape, by the Shadow Chaser. And, a perfectly timed skill for Walang Sangit Ka right there. And the follow-up damage, the team coordination that they did, really won them that second round.
Yes. So, yeah, I really agree. I think the pressure coming from that Shadow Chaser on the second round is not that really good. Again, he got left out, so he's trying to catch up with the battle. So I think knowing like you have like a 6 players in front of you, like there's no one who's gonna pressure the back lane of you. Like I think that's actually a go signal coming from Walang Sangit Ka to just push through on everyone on the side of Adonis. And Adonis, they actually tried to do their best to react properly, and they managed to sustain a bit. But again, the pressure, the damage was there, and I think it's too late on the side of Adonis on trying to recover from that rush pay coming from Walang Sakit Ka.
A high stake battle is going to be seen right here. Round number 3. Adonis versus Walang Sangit Ka. Who do you think will take this victory for the match? Is it going to be the team from GGL, or will GGH finally get their first team up in the round number 3 of this tournament?
Yes. So again, it's gonna be a 1-1. So this is gonna be a really tough one coming from both guilds, because again, one small mistake, they know for a fact that both teams or their opponents are really good when it comes to reacting on what's happening. So I think every movement should be precise. Every coordination should be on point as well. I think that's gonna be the decision for this one. Like whoever has that smooth decision, movement, and coordination when it comes to skill and execution. So let's see if Adonis can pull that off, or Walang Sangit Ka can still they have the momentum on this one, coming on from 0-1, tying up. They have the momentum, and they still take down this Adonis from DGH and secure a slot for DGH. So let's go ahead and check now for this round number 3. Let's go.
Yes, Adonis or Walang Sangit Ka. Cheer for your favorite team in the chat. A lot of Adonis fans right here, and some GGL or Walang Sangit Ka fans right there. And yeah, both teams just rocking the same lineup. The Sura here of Adonis is playing with dangerous HP. Same goes for the Sura of Walang Sangit Ka. So whoever gets hit by that Sura or gains a fell by that Sura will probably get eliminated that quickly. But it needs to be timed with that dispel as well. So that rhymed that I didn't actually plan that out. But anyway, if Adonis gets rushed, it's probably going to be over for Adonis. But if they are planning, if they are ready to take down that rush, they can actually turn things around, as Adonis is just going to be positioning themselves in the same spot right there. Walang Sangit Ka moving on to a different side, as they might actually move closer at a different spot here against Adonis.
And right now, regarding for the sacrifice that on the RG, he's actually prioritizing like 3 players right now. He's actually holding the Sorcerer on the side of his team, and at the same time the Sura. And the other one is, I believe, is the Rune Knight. So he can actually dive and pressure the side of Adonis.
Yes, Walang Sangit Ka is trying to inch in closer on Adonis. Adonis just wants to take this match to their side. They are waiting for Walang Sangit Ka to push in. Trap notes getting placed in the middle. Land Protector is almost going to connect. That Ventus will get trapped right there and eliminated. As Magnetic Earth, Extreme Vacuums will get placed, but Land Protector is connecting. That Sorcerer is trapped once again. Adonis will lose their Sorcerer, but the Royal Guard still alive. Gates of Hell will connect once again. Adonis losing members one by one. 5 members left for Adonis right here, as Walang Sangit Ka just trampling on Adonis once again, losing 3 members down to 1, and Walang Sangit Ka will take this battle. And what a round 3 play coming from Walang Sangit Ka right there.
Yes. Again, like we mentioned earlier, it's more about who is more determined on pushing, and at the same time the commitment coming from each team. So right now, I think Walang Sangit Ka was really determined on their pushes, the execution, the pressure. They actually saw the Sorcerer earlier is actually soloed and no support at all. They managed to take that out, and from there, slowly but surely, there are actually trades of skills. But on the side of Walang Sangit Ka, they still have their Archbishop and Royal Guard, who's actually trying to absorb or sponge the damage coming from Adonis.
Yes, and what a great way to end that third match right there. Unfortunately for Adonis, they just got rushed. They just got trampled on by Walang Sangit Ka. Again, that Sorcerer of Adonis just got caught by the Shadow Chaser of Walang Sangika.
Yeah.
And you can see the positioning of that sorcerer. That land protector just got casted a little bit late.
Yeah.
Vacuums were casted. Vacuums were casted, but that land protector is already connected. So I'm not sure. Maybe that's a misplay coming from Adonis. Again, this is a high stake battle. Nerves are getting up. The tension is all up. And maybe mistakes can get committed right there. But unfortunately for Adonis, it was something that will not make them move on to the next round.
Yes, but to be fair, on the side of Adonis, they have actually a good run from round 1 to round 2. On the round 2, it's just it's a matter of like the plays that you can actually bring into the battle. On the side of Walang Sangit Ka, definitely we saw the sudden change of tempo that they're actually pushed on Adonis. So on Walang Sangit Ka, they try to do a slow tempo, but again, on the second round, they recognize that the slow tempo is not working, or it's not gonna work on their side. They actually shifted it up into a high speed like strategy, and that strategy actually paid off. And on the third round, it's actually a mix and match
Completely change things up.
Yeah.
Completely changing things
Yes.
up. Moving to a different spot. And as the Shadow Chaser of Adonis was scouting a different spot, I think they were aware that Walasanka is going to move on to their backside. But it was a quick push coming from Walasanka that just ended Adonis right there. Again, they just got caught by the skills that Walasanka landed. And unfortunately for Adonis, they reacted a little bit too late for the skills that Walang Saika just pushed. And Walang Saika just proving their experience in the battle, they know how to switch things up. They made sure to eliminate the key players coming from Adonis right there. And because of that, round number 3 was the match to win it all for them. Or
Yes.
was the round to win that match.
Yes, but still a good effort coming on the side of Adonis. Like I said, they have a good run, but apparently for today's round, I think Walang Sangit Ka is really prepared for this match.
Yes, good run from
Good run.
Adonis
Good
and the eliminated teams right here, the LM Pork Chop and what do you call this? Hall of Tarask.
All of trust.
Yes. So yeah, enough about the match number 3. Next will be match number 4, Dominari versus Nagahitam, or also known as Black Dragon. So please correct me if I'm wrong. Nagahitam is also known as Black Dragon. All right.
Ooh.
So Dominari is what they did in round number 1 is what I like. Again, in round number 1, they used the mechanic in the first round.
Yeah.
On the second round, they switched it up to Warlock.
Yes.
So changing things up. They changed things up to make their opponents, re-strategize. So this is going to be a good match, of course. This is the last match for tonight. Both teams are, of course, ready. Ready for this battle. It's going to be a best of 3 matchup. GGH still doesn't have a team in round number 3, but
yes.
will Dominari be able to take this first GGH team round 3 slot? You can say.
So I think right now, if I'm not sure if Dominari is aware that like Adonis and Ellen Porkchop lost their matches. If they're gonna put that pressure on their shoulders, I think that's gonna be really bad for them. But again, going back to Dominari, I think they just need to play their game. And if the Warlock doesn't work, they can still opt out for a mechanic like what they did. Keeping those switch up from time to time can actually do good on your side and can actually cause a bit of confusion on the side of your opponent as well. But right now, I think they're gonna stick with the last class that they actually used. So I'm gonna discuss that in a bit. So yeah.
Yeah, as we're going to be taking a look at their classes, but
Yeah.
for the side of Nagahitam, they have some interesting classes here as well. So
How interesting is that? Are we gonna see the
interesting.
interesting? Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Fair
they
enough.
are interesting, but we are going to see these classes as we are going to transition a bit later on. And yeah, this is going to be the last match for tonight. A little bit of overtime right here,
Yeah,
but
guys.
we are sorry for that as we encountered a
Yes.
little bit of a technical issue earlier, and we addressed that. So everyone is going to have a better time viewing of this wonderful
Viewing.
battles that we have ahead right now. And yeah, just cheer for your favorite team. Who do you think will win? Is it going to be Dominati or
Naga
Nagahitam
Hitam.
right here? So again, match number 4 for tonight. And said by Ato right here, this is Domi Purple.
Dummy.
All right.
Oh.
So, fun fact actually, Dominari, based on the War of Imperium streams that we watch them in GGH, Dominari is, we classify Dominari guilds or Dominari teams into colors,
Yes.
right? So, there is that Dominari Purple, Dominari Red, Dominari
They have the
Green.
green. Yeah,
They have the
green.
Dominari Yellow. So, each to each their own. You can say
Yes.
they have their each style and the way of competing. You can say,
Yes. Actually,
right?
they have their the community that they have or the guild that they have is really like big.
Mhm.
So no wonder that they have like few guilds who joined the tournament.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, the buy phase or the shopping time is almost going to be over as we are nearing to seeing the lineups of these teams. And yeah, Black Dragon is correct, said by Vendi. Thank you.
Oh, Black Dragon.
So pronounce okay, nice. Okay, thank you for that.
Wait,
So,
which one? The Naga Hitam?
Nagahitam. Yeah,
Oh, did we?
Naga.
Oh, okay. So I thought we were pronouncing it wrong, but yeah, it's good. Thank you so much for
Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for the
recognition that
for
we
yeah
are
for the
saying it correctly.
correctly. Yeah. And yeah, this is going to be a good matchup again. I believe it was Nagahitam who also played in this map. Dominari, on the other hand, when they won their match, they actually played in map number 4.
Yeah,
Or the one that is a square like that, or the one that
the open.
we had in the first and second match.
Yes, the
Right?
open field.
Open web. Yep. So, yeah, we are still going to be playing at map number 1. So, actually, MG, explain to us the lineup right now of Dominati.
Okay, so let's go. On the side of Dominari, we have our 5 core classes again. Again, we have the Sorcerer, we have the Sura, we have the Minstrel, we have the Royal Guard, and we have our Archbishop. And for their 2 wildcard classes, they have the Warlock and the Shadow Chaser.
A
Interesting.
very standard lineup right there. But what's interesting is the lineup actually of Nagahitam.
Oh.
Now, Nagahitam is actually rocking the 5 core classes as well, but they are going to use a mechanic and a ranger in their lineup.
Okay.
So quite
Okay.
a lot of DPS right here for Nagahitam. Let's see how they can make this work as the match will start in just a minute right now. And both teams are ready. I believe if Dominati wants to secure this victory, they need to make sure to have that defender on. Make sure that Royal Guard isn't going to be dispelled.
Yes. And at the same time, I think they just need to take their time as well. Like, they need to don't overextend. No super aggressive movement out of the periphery of your support. Because again, we saw those type of movements on the past matches that like the GGL guilds managed to counter immediately. So they need to be careful on those type of risky plays. Because again, they're facing an experienced guild from 77 seed.
Mm-hmm. And currently, because of the three matches that we had earlier, or the previous three matches, we can see the experience of GGL just rising to the top right there. They are
Yeah.
showing that they can change things up, especially in match number 3, like Walang Sangit Ka did. And let's see if Dominari will be able to take this victory here for GGL in match number 4 as Nagahitam is up and prepared to
Let's
take this
go.
battle for GGL as well.
Yes.
That rhymed once again that I did not really expect. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so battle chants are being casted right now on the side of Dominari. Dominari is moving on the south side right now. Quick scouts coming from their members. So right now they're actually trying to check the other side if there is an opponent. And right now, I think they are aware that most of the side of Naga Hiram is on the north side. Let me know, James, if I'm correct. If there are the north side.
Well, actually, Nagahitam is playing a little bit slowly. Just not really rushing towards the middle of this map, making sure they have enough space to deal damage with their ranger. And of course, they need to play it a little bit more safely because they are more DPS focused. They need to wait for their own opponents to make mistakes. They need to position their mechanic to cast that suicidal destruction. And for that ranger to actually cast that no limits if that ranger is actually going to use that. But you need some time to prepare and set things up, especially for that ranger. No limits is a skill that lasts for 1 minute. It's a buff that increases your physical long range attack power by 350%.
Wow.
And it has a 5-minute cooldown. So, it's going to be really hard if you cast it that early. So, you need to position yourselves in a nice spot, wait for your opponents to come in, and when the right time is seen, they can actually use that skill to utilize and eliminate their opponents.
Yes, that's actually correct, and I really understand why Dominari is currently just trying to take their time. Because currently, if we're talking about the firepower right now, I think on the side of Naga Hitam, they have the Swiss of the Destruction again, and they have the Ranger that they have like a really good burst potential. And on top of the Ranger and Swiss of Destruction, you have the Sura as well, who can actually eliminate those members who's actually out position. So I think Dominari is just taking their time right now. Again, whoever has the shortest patience for this one is gonna be on a disadvantage phase. So I think right now, this is actually good on the side of Dominari. They're just trying to wait and let the opponents come to their snap. So yeah.
Yes, and while Dominari is actually just waiting there at the corner of that map, I believe just waiting for Nagahitam to push in is also a good call because again, like what I mentioned earlier, that ranger needs time to set up. But if they think that the time is right to push in and go against Dominari right there, they can actually cast their buffs immediately before heading on to battle. So it's a battle of whoever commits a mistake first. Again, both skills coming from Nagahitam is actually has a long cooldown. Arrow storms will land here coming from Nagahitam, but no buffs as of yet by Nagahitam right here as Dominari doesn't actually have that land or that magnetic earth on the floor currently. They're just waiting for Nagahitam to push in.
Yes.
And as you can cross the bridge for a little bit right there, you can see what's actually happening.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so that ranger just positioning himself at a decent spot. Arrow storms will land again. No magnetic earth on the side of Dominari, while Nagahitam has their members positioned really nicely. Again, the minstrel is a little bit too far. That mechanic is just trying to get the nice position to just land that suicidal destruction perfectly later on. Maybe he will cross that bridge as they are going to go there, but no one wants to cross that tiny bridge right here because again, suicidal destruction can be a thing. Someone got frozen. The ranger got frozen for a little bit right there, so they know.
Yes.
They know.
So I think
Dominari knows that they can make something work for Nagahitam or against Nagahitam right here.
Yes. So right now it's the fight. Whoever has the patience to pull off their their strategy. But right now, I think Dominaria is gonna move on the south side and trying to wrap around. Maybe they're just trying to Nagahitam off guard. Maybe on the north side.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure if Nagahitam is aware that Dominaria is going to do a sneaky push on the north side.
Uh-huh. And actually, for Nagahitam, they actually lost their mechanic, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe that mechanic got disconnected, probably.
Oh.
I'm not really sure what happened, and because of that, they are going to be at a disadvantage without that mechanic in their lineup. Again, it's going to be 6 versus 7 right now, and if Dominari decides to just wait, they are going to have the advantage because, again, Nagahitam already lost one.
Yes. So technically, if you cannot wipe the entire team, you have the option to just wait it out, just in case that you manage to wipe like one or two, and just wait for the timer to run off. And once that timer is off, and whoever has more members will actually take 1 point.
But Curse Circle will land against the Archbishop. Numa will get casted, but that Minister of Dominari will get eliminated right there. Dominari just trying to take this battle, but no. Where are the other members of Dominari right now?
That's why the mechanic is gone.
I don't know what happened to the mechanic of Dominari earlier. I thought you were spectating the Dominari members,
No,
but
I mean the RK. I mean no, the Warlock. Sorry, the Warlock was not there.
I'm not sure what happened right there, but
Did they
Nagahitam
disconnected? Because earlier I was
Nagahitam
just
just took
following.
advantage of this battle.
Yeah, I was just following Dominari earlier, and there's actually like 4 players.
Oh, but yeah, we'll check that out in the recording in a little bit. But yeah, if they got disconnected in the midst of battle, there's nothing we can do about it. But again, with them losing those members, it's very, very unfortunate right there. But yeah, the battle must go on as Nagahitam has 6 members. What I'm seeing right now actually is Nagahitam. They already lost their mechanic earlier.
Yeah.
Just completely teleporting out. And for Dominari,
Because the moment that they went on the south side, it's only like 4 players. Yeah.
okay, for some reason,
The
maybe
mystery.
I will take a look at the recording later on. So it's they got disconnected. Like this is what our viewers said, but
Like
the
2
mechanic
members?
of Nagahita were also got disconnected, but only 4 members from Dominari fought the battle. So because of this unfortunate mishap, I believe the battle must still go on as Nagahitam will score 1 point against Dominari right there. Arrow Storm? I'm not sure because what I've seen earlier is they didn't get hit. But if they got hit, you were spectating Dominari earlier, MG.
But there's no damage output. Like most
when,
of the,
when they moved on to a different side, did they already get eliminated?
No.
I will double check. I will just double check it later on. But in the first round of this match, Nagahitam will actually win the first round of this match.
Yes. Okay, that's kind of like a mystery. How Dominari loses like 3 members.
Mm-hmm. So we are going to head on to round number 2 in just a bit as things are maybe reconnect is going to happen for a little bit. All right, so maybe they got disconnected, maybe they got wiped out by the Arrow Storm. So yeah, we don't know, but I believe a member of Nagahitam also got disconnected, that mechanic.
Yes.
So he just from my side, from my point of view, it just immediately vanished. He
Yeah,
just vanished.
same goes with Dominati. Like the
Yeah,
moment that they
for
move.
MG, I don't know. Maybe MG is flying.
No, but seriously, like the moment that they went to the south side, we're just seeing like four players. The rest of the
Hmm.
players are just stuck on
Hmm.
where they actually hold their regroup area. Yeah, and from there, I don't know what happened. Weird.
Hmm. All right. As I'm just checking things out, both teams are back in the bye phase, but you know, be it a disconnection or an arrow storm or whatever landed for the side of Dominari right there, the mystery is still going to not count as a.
Yeah.
All right. So we are just checking things out on what actually happened right there, but okay,
Oh.
okay. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
if members get disconnected as the match timer starts, so yeah, if disconnections happen when the match timer starts, there's nothing you can do about it because again, um, the court, the organizers are making sure to check things out first before pushing through with the match, before pushing through with that timer. So if you guys are there, if you got disconnected, make sure to let the organizers know immediately.
Yes.
So yeah, if you get disconnected as the match timer starts, unfortunately you cannot be recalled. You need to push through with the match, even with um, the member disadvantage. So yeah, please make sure you have your connections all set and ready
Yes.
yourselves for the battle.
There you go. So actually, as much as we want to say something about the strategies, I think the disconnect actually kicked in on those matches. So how unfortunate. But again, let's see. Maybe Dominari can actually like bounce back from this 0-1. And the same time on the side of Naga Hitam, maybe we're gonna see AS Weasel Destruction this time. So let's go ahead and check the second round of this match.
Yes, and we'll see what will happen in round number two. Again, Nagahitam already has the first point. Dominari needs to do something. They need to make sure to take down a Nagahitam right there. But if Nagahitam takes advantage of this one, because again, they already have 1 point, if they take advantage, they become that aggressive,
Yeah.
they can actually take this fight to their side. They can get this battle, they can win 2-0.
Yep.
But if Dominari decides to take things a little bit further, just make this match into a 1-1 and maybe get the victory for that round number 3 later on. Maybe things can work. They could be the first team from GGH to move on to round number 3.
Yes. To be fair, I mean, I'm still rooting for at least like a good match for this one, like a really good match. No one will disconnect because again, I just really want to see how the strategies coming
I
from
think no
Dominari.
one wants to be disconnected,
Of
MG.
course, definitely. But definitely, I really want to see, or we really want to see how Dominari prepares and how they want to show their strategies versus the Nagahitam. Same goes with Nagahitam as well. So, pretty excited, and hopefully, no one will be disconnected. And yeah, so let's go ahead and wait. And I think we still have like 2 minutes buy phase on on this match.
2 minutes before our we actually go to the starting point, but let's actually talk about their lineup for a little bit right now, MG.
Yes.
Because we had a lot of time to actually look at their lineups, and based on the lineup alone, MG, who do you think has the advantage? Again, both teams have their core classes, the 5 core classes that we mentioned. That's Sorcerer, Royal Guard, Sura, Minstrel, and Archbishop. For Nagahitam, they have their Mechanic and Ranger. For Dominari, they have that. Sorry, MG. They have their
That's
Shadow Chaser,
Chaser and the Warlock.
Shadow Chaser, and that Warlock. So yeah, in terms of lineup, who do you think has the advantage in this match?
Well, for me, I I think Nagahitam has the advantage. They have like two damage dealers that they can actually opt out. Again, they have that Sweet Solid Destruction, they have that Ranger, they have that Sura. So there's actually three players that can actually take down one single target, right? But on the side of Dominari, if we're gonna be like super technical and if you're gonna like punish everyone with pressure, I think their lineup is really good as well. Because again, they have this the Shadow Chaser. He can actually do masquerades and all to the players just to hold one player and force the 7v6 scenario. He can actually do that, and the White Imprison as well on the side of the Warlock. So I think both teams has almost the same when it comes to on terms of their lineup. But again, going back to your question, I think for me, Dominari might have a slight advantage when it comes on this lineup or this match for me. Yeah.
Well, Dominari again. I actually asked you this question back in the first match.
Yeah.
So with the Warlock and the Shadow Chaser in your lineup, again, it's a lot more stable lineup.
Yeah.
You have one more support as your wild card and one DPS or one damage dealer. And for Nagahitam, they'd have two damage dealers in their lineup as a wild card. And they have currently around 3 DPS players or damage players. They have their Sura, they have that Mechanic, they have that Ranger. Royal Guard will act as support. Minstrel, Sorcerer, and Archbishop will act as support. They don't need to cause damage. They don't need to do some crazy stuff to make things work for their side. But for Dominari, because they have a stable lineup, they can do things according to the book and win this match. But they can change things up a little bit as well.
Yes.
They could maybe catch that Mechanic with that White Imprison, which is the very best thing you can do to make sure to disable that Mechanic so you don't need to worry about the Suicidal Destruction. Or maybe that Ranger can be caught by that White Imprison. So it all depends on your strategy, what you are planning to do, how you position yourselves in battle, and you will see the wonders of your performance.
Yes, I actually agree with that. Right now, I think on the side of Nagahitam, they're just actually trying to play, I think, the same style. They're just trying to wait it out. On the side of Dominari, James, like what are they doing right now?
On the side of Dominari, I believe they are going to play a little bit more safe right here. As you can see, Nagahitam is actually going to try and wait things out. As you can see what's happening right here, Dominari just going in suicidal destruction will land, but Dominari is actually going to be the one who is aggressive right now. Gates of Hell will land. No, Wall of Fog will be there, but Gates of Hell will target one more member from Nagahitam right there, as they are going to take the battle to their side. Nagahitam is going to get eliminated. Curse Circle will land. Gates of Hell will connect. Last member. Oh, Tarot card with that death card immediately. And
wow.
What a good RNG. Tarot card coming from Dominari right there.
That was really good. On the side of Dominari, actually, we're not expecting that Dominari will actually do a rush play and setting their tempo immediately for this match. But again, that rush play managed to secure a 1 point for this round on the side of Dominari versus Nagahitam. So
yes,
nice.
As Dominari will take this battle 1-1. Again, the aggression of Dominari did wonders for them. Shadow Chaser plus Mechanic for the lineup. They didn't opt for that Warlock.
Yeah.
Okay. They didn't opt for that Warlock.
Yes. Actually,
you're there. You're there at their starting.
Yes, actually.
And for some reason, yeah, it was a surprise because earlier I was at the starting board of Nagahitam as well. I just when you mentioned what Dominari was doing, I just quickly went there. So, I was the one who is lost. But anyway,
that's
anyway.
okay.
Um, yeah, a quick play coming from Dominari right there. Again, Suicidal Destruction landing at the right spot. For Naga Hitam, I think they just got caught off guard. They were repeating what they did in the first round. So probably because of that, Dominari knew what they are going to do.
Yeah.
And they tried to take things to a different level. They tried to take things to a different spot instead of that choke point, which is going to be which is going to be disadvantageous for Dominari.
Yes.
So because of that, Dominari was able to take this victory against Nagahitam in round number 2. No more discussions happened, fortunately, for both sides. And let's see what will happen to round number 3 right here as match number 3 and match number 4 for this day is really intense. Both matches actually went on until round number 3.
Yes. The question that I have is, are we gonna see the same trend from match number 3? Like, the first match managed to take by Adonis, then another 2 wins coming from what do you call this? Walang sangit ka. Can Dominari pull that off? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and see if the trend will be applied on this round or this match. But definitely Dominari has the momentum right now. The rush play and Nagahita didn't actually manage to they don't have that time to react. Yes, there is a suicidal destruction, but the damage that it inflicted on the side of Dominari was, I think that's 0. I think they managed to recover immediately. The Sura was really aggressive. Again, I just want to point it out on the side of Dominari. The Sura was really aggressive. He's actually on point, but he's not overextending.
As we are going to wait things out right now, MG. Actually, we're just waiting for that suicidal destruction cooldown to go off as well. We need to wait. We really need to wait for that suicidal destruction. Again,
Yes.
suicidal destruction has a 5-minute cooldown. And for those of you who are not aware, it's going to be a skill that's really useful if you can pull it off. So
That can destroy everyone.
it can make for some instant turnovers. You can
Yes.
say. All right. So mechanic also has different skills. Has the arm cannons, has those launchers to cause some effects against your opponents. But again, suicidal destruction is the skill that everyone is looking out for. Again,
Yes.
Dominati earlier change your lineup. This is what they did in the first round. This Dominari team. On the first round, they actually played with the mechanic first.
Yeah.
In round number 1. Round number 2, they switched to a warlock. So this went on the other way around here in round number 2. So let's see, maybe in round number 3 they are going to show us something different. So we'll see that in just a bit,
Yes.
Because this is the first time we are going to be seeing this Dominari team switch things out, right? And actually, Dominari is the only team, or this Dominari team is the only team who actually switches their lineup in between rounds.
Yep.
So that's also a fun fact that you should take note of. But will Dominari be the first team from GGH to move on to the next round? Or will Nagahitam remove the chances of Dominari and take this third round victory?
Ooh. Actually, James, that's gonna be a really tough call. Again, Nagahitam is a veteran guild. Like, they're really experienced, right? So, I think most of the things that they actually saw in the tournament is kind of normal for them, I think. Because, again, they've been really exposed to the 7v7 scenes for the past months, I think. And on the side of GGH, like, they're really just trying to adapt what's current on the meta. At the same time, how GGL is playing, they're trying to adapt that, and they're trying to learn how to use that experience or strategies against the GGL guilds. And right now, Dominari is just showing some mix-up on the first round. They started really slow. Second round, rush plays, and maybe on the third round they were gonna have like a different style coming from Dominari. So again, on for this match, I'm really excited for Dominari because again, experience is actually is actually helping them on these matches. So on the side of Nagahitam, they just need to like be consistent, read the current movement properly, and don't get out positioned. Because the moment that they
Yes.
got out positioned, knowing that Sura on Dominari, he will take the punch without any hesitation, right? So they need to be careful as well.
Yes, well, experience really is the key into winning a battle. But, round number 3 is going to start in just a bit. Just cheer for your favorite team in the chat. Come on, if for those of you guys tuning in, is it going to be Dominati or Nagahitam? Again, this is the last match for tonight. A little bit of an overtime. Again, sorry for the mishaps earlier, and
Yeah.
as we needed to restart our stream. But hopefully you guys are enjoying what you're watching right now. Two matches who actually went on for round number 3.
Yes.
All right.
So yeah, and at the same time, James, I just want to point out as well for regarding for the 1-1 score, it only shows the guilds that having like a 1-1 score, they know how to react properly on certain scenarios. Like what happened on Adonis and Walang Sangit Ka is showing how they can actually turn things up. Same goes with Dominari and Nagahitam. So the question there, can Dominari take down Nagahitam on this match? So we only have like a few seconds, like 7 seconds before we can switch our map. So again, Dominari versus Nagahitam, third match. Cast your votes in the comment section, guys. Let us know who is the team that you're gonna root for this third match.
Yes, as we are now back at the starting point right now, MG. And before or maybe in our War of Imperium stream last night, you actually mentioned that you like watching a mechanic play
Yeah.
in 7 versus 7.
Yes, actually, that's actually one of my like the classes that I really wanna check. But right now, on this second round for our Ragnarok Asia Masters, I'm starting to appreciate the Shadow Chasers, like what they can do, how they can pressure, how they can actually delay and cast skills against the opponents. Shadow Chasers are really good, like utility classes. So right now, yes, Suicidal Destruction, but still, I wanna learn more about how they can actually, or the players can, how they can actually use those classes on the next level.
Well, yeah, I think we need to go back to the caster screen for now, as I think some of the members got disconnected right here. But let's go back to the caster screen for now, MG. Let's wait for the match timer to start before we actually transition to the starting point. Yeah. We have some cheers for Dominari right here. Go Domi, said Mio. And I believe a lot of teams or people tuning in here as well are cheering for Nagahitam. So let us know if you are cheering for Nagahitam or Dominari. Let us know in the chat. Type it in the comment section right now. And yeah, the round number 3 will start in just a bit. Just a few mishaps here and there. Of course, if someone got disconnected before the match count or the timer counts down, yeah, they can still reconnect. But as soon as the timer starts, you aren't able to do so if you get disconnected in the
Yes.
midst of that timer counting down. All right. So we are just asking if teams are ready right now.
Yep.
We're just waiting for things to work out, and I think all teams are ready. The match or the round number 3, the last round, the last match for tonight is going to begin in a bit. All right, MG,
Yes.
are you ready?
Definitely. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Nagahitam versus Dominari. Who will take this victory? Round number 3. This score is 1-1. Again, Nagahita still rocking with that same lineup. Ranger and Mechanic. Are they going to be able to utilize that Mechanic in their lineup? Or will Dominati succeed in their quick push against Nagahita?
Yeah, so right now we're seeing the movement, a quick movement coming from Dominari. Dominari right now with their Sorcerer moving at the front now, front line, and they just want to make sure that everything is being scouted. And the sacrifice currently on the Royal Guard on the side of Dominari, holding like 3 players. Holding the key players right now on the side of Dominari.
Both teams just playing a little bit safe. I think they just circled around each other right now, while Nagahitam is trying to position themselves slowly in the middle of the map, as Dominari, I believe, is aware of what's going to go on. Nagahitam just recasting their buffs right now. They are going to wait for Dominari to push in closer and closer. Both teams are ready for the fight. That Mechanic, of course, from Nagahitam, just trying to position themselves in the right spot.
Okay.
For him to land that
go.
suicidal destruction. Of course, that Minstrel is the first one to go in. Dominari position themselves in a decent spot right here. Land Protector will go off. You can see Magnetic Earth is going to connect. And Magic Sing. Oh! Someone will go down from Nagahita. Masquerade coming from Dominari. 5 members left from Nagahita. Right, actually make that 6. But Arrow Storms will connect. Dominari will lose members as well. Gates of Hell, Dominari just trying to turn things around. Oh, that Sura of Nagahita will go down. Gates of Hell.
Here we go.
One more member left for Nagahita, as Gates of Hell will connect along with that Chain Lightning, as Dominari will take this battle. No, actually oh, okay, never mind.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, Dominari, even with that suicidal landing on their side, which I actually didn't spot on my screen, they managed to take this victory because of their patience, their aggressiveness, and because of that, they won this match 2-1 and will be the first team from GGH to move on to round number 3.
Wow, that fight was really like insane. Like the execution, the exchange of damages coming from Dominari and Nagahitam. But Dominari was really composed. Their Suras is actually just moving forward. He knows what's to who to target. And at the same time, that Warlock again, the Warlock as well, coming from Dominari, having that quick combo coming from that Sura as well. So I think
MG, I know what actually happened as I'm watching the stream as well on my screen right here.
Yeah.
White Imprison actually locked on the Mechanic of Nagahitam right there.
Wow. Like, actually, like these 2 classes right now on the side of Dominari, they really know which to target, and the Sura was really on point on those key players. So you're gonna really appreciate how this Sura is just moving around, moving around and taking down those players one by one.
And yeah, what a great way to end the night. A little bit of overtime right there, but let's actually take a quick look at the bracket right now. So moving on to round number 3 are these teams: Oblivate, Wrist, Walang Sangit Ka, and Dominari. For the teams who didn't actually make it to round number 3, better luck next time, of course. But coming up next, of course, on Sunday, will be these matchups. It's going to be Bayou GGTQ versus KTF, 85% Fictive versus Goons, Dominari versus Dignity, and Valhalla versus Arcane. Lots of things, lots of great matches coming up. And yeah, this is one intense battle, one intense night. We went on for around 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's 9 p.m. All right, so aside from the disconnection, a lot of things went on. But yeah, what an exciting night. And maybe some of you guys are really pumped up and hyped for what happened in this match. And maybe this can get your blood going into practicing a lot more for 7 versus 7. But again, this is Ragnarok Asia Masters 2022. And streams are every Wednesday and Sunday, 9 to 11 p.m. GMT plus 8.
Yes.
Please tune in to the next match, which will be on November 13. All right,
13.
November 13, 9 to 11 p.m. GMT plus 8. The matches, like what we mentioned earlier. Again, congratulations to everyone who moved on or to round number 3. And to those of you guys who actually guessed correctly in the poll right there.
Yes.
MG, anything you want to add?
Yes, actually, we're expecting this type of matches coming from this guilds, and yeah, they actually gave us a great show. Like from 0-2 to 1-1 to 2-1, and our last two matches, it was really interesting. So yeah, again, I hope that we can actually expect the same performance on our next session, right? So that's gonna be November 13, and yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Really interesting.
Yes, and that's going to be it for us for tonight. Once again, we are your casters. My name is James.
And my name is MG.
And we'll see you guys again next time. Bye, guys. Good night.